Hey, what's up guys? So it's Josiah from True Transformation, and like I promised in my last video, today we're gonna talk about nutrition, specifically science-based diets, how to start rapidly losing body fat. Because honestly, most people get the workout side right. You know, they start training, they start working out at home. If you've watched previous videos, we walked through some really awesome home workouts. You can go check those out. But most people trip up when it comes to nutrition. They just can't seem to get their diet right. So today I wanna map out a whole plan for you to follow so that going into 2020, you're super confident with your nutrition plan. If you stick around to the end of the video, I also have a free gift for you, a special surprise to give away. So make sure you watch to the end and I'll hook you up with something that'll help you out even more. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Could I get a burrito bowl for here? White rice? Black beans? Yep, black beans. Could I do double carne asada? Can I get hot salsa and then tomatoes? And then a little bit of corn. And then can I get double lettuce, like extra lettuce? Yeah, extra lettuce, yeah. That's it, yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Yes. Just a bottle of water. So to make things super simple for you today, I want to just go through a quick checklist of how to set up the ideal science-backed diet, okay? And we're gonna just walk through step by step on how I would suggest you go about setting up your whole nutrition plan. The first step, and I came to Chipotle with Ryan, who's behind the camera today, because the first thing that I have to stress is that you have to be able to enjoy your nutrition plan. If you don't enjoy the foods you eat, it's only a matter of time before you quit. You go back to whatever you were doing before, whatever you find the most enjoyable. So whenever you're starting a nutrition plan, you gotta figure out, what am I going to eat that I'm actually going to be able to enjoy every day and not get so sick of it or regret doing this to where I wanna just go back to whatever felt comfortable before. So if you don't have some kind of satisfaction in your diet, if you don't have an enjoyable lifestyle-friendly plan, well, you gotta change it. My advice is, if you don't wake up every single day thinking, I can totally do this, I enjoy the food that I eat, I really like this plan, you gotta switch plans. Don't follow something just because someone said it worked for them. Think about what's gonna work for you. So that's step number one. Make sure your nutrition plan is based around foods that you actually enjoy. And for me, I like Chipotle. Chipotle's one of my favorite go-to, quick, easy, fast, and what we'll talk about in a second, calorie-friendly meals. So that's step number one. All right, so step number two is calories. Now, before you get like super intimidated and think, oh my God, calories, I'm gonna have to track every little calorie. It's not true. You are gonna have to understand, at least in general, ballpark of how many calories you're taking in every day. But the reason why calories are so important is, at the end of the day, calories are king. Doesn't matter which kind of diet you follow. If you follow a keto diet, if you follow a paleo diet, it doesn't matter. You have to be aware of how many calories you're taking in versus how many calories you're burning through exercise, cardio activity. To lose fat, you have to be in what's called a calorie deficit. So when we're talking about rapid fat loss and losing fat quickly, well, we have to be burning more calories than we eat. So we have to figure out, how many calories do I need on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, in order for me to achieve the goal that I have, which in this case is fat loss. So my suggestion, and this is just a place to start, because in reality, I don't know exactly how many calories you need. I don't know what your situation is, but I'm gonna give you a ballpark figure to start getting the right amount of calories. And to be honest, the best place to start is to take whatever goal body weight you have, right? So if you're 250 pounds today and you wanna be 200 pounds, take the goal body weight that you have, times that by 12, and that's your starting calorie point. Just a good place to start tracking your food, seeing how much you're eating, and aiming for a specific target. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to hit that number every day. In fact, you could be higher some days, lower the next, but on average, 12 times your goal body weight. So in this case, if you wanted to be 200 pounds, 2,400 calories would be a good starting point. Without getting your calories right, you're not gonna get the progress that you want. You're not gonna see the results that you want long term. You have to make sure you're taking in the right amount of calories. Now, one thing I will say is that some people will argue that calories aren't all that matters. You know, not all calories are created equal. You're right. Calories aren't the only thing that matter. And we're going to get to that here as we go through the next few steps. But understand that calories, they're just a unit of measurement. They're just telling you how much energy is in the food that you're eating. So the Chipotle that I'm about to crush right now, there's a certain amount of calories in this food. 1 calorie is just like 1 mile, okay? If I run a mile through the street here, or if I go swim a mile, it's still a mile, okay? That's calories. A calorie is a calorie, doesn't matter what kind of food it is, it's just a unit of measurement. So keep that in mind as we go through the next few steps. That's step number 2. Let's go to step number 3. All right, so we talked about calories, and despite the fact that calories are king, they're not the only thing that matters. The type of calories you eat definitely matter. In fact, the most important type of calorie is protein. Protein is the most vital macronutrient that you're going to eat. And if you get nothing else right when it comes to nutrients, whether it's carbs, fats, or protein, get your protein right. Protein is going to do a couple things for you. Number 1, it's going to help you maintain muscle. Muscle is crucial, especially when it comes to getting in better shape. You want to look your best, you want to feel your best. So keeping the muscle that you have is vital. Muscle equates to a better metabolism. The more muscle you have on your body, the faster your metabolism is going to be, which results in better fat loss. Protein is going to help spare muscle and build new muscle. Plus, protein is very satiating, meaning it's going to help you feel more full, more satisfied throughout the day. Not to mention, protein itself requires more calories to break down inside the body than any other macronutrient. So despite the fact that 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, it's actually less than that because your body can't utilize all those calories from protein when it goes to breaking it down. So my suggestion, this is once again a very basic suggestion, but start with 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight. So if you want to be 200 pounds, 200 grams of protein, give or take 10 to 15 grams either way, is a good place to start. But make sure that if you don't get anything else right, calories and protein are the 2 most vital things. All right, so tip number 4, the number of meals, right? How often should you eat? Where should you eat? How should you schedule your meals throughout the day? Like I said in the beginning of the video, this is all science backed, right? I don't want to give you any BS or any bro science. This is all based off scientific research. And to be fair, the research tells us that meal frequency is not really that big a deal. I know you might have heard, well, shouldn't I eat every 2 to 3 hours to speed up my metabolism? Don't I need to eat like at certain times or certain cutoff times I shouldn't eat? It's not true at all. In fact, the most important thing to remember when it comes to your metabolic rate is the total amount of food that you eat. All right, the amount of calories that you're taking in every day is what's going to increase your metabolism or slow down your metabolism. And as you lose fat, you're actually slowing down your metabolism. It's your body's natural way of warding off starvation, right? Making sure that you don't die. If all we did was start losing fat and continuously lose weight day after day, well, we'd eventually wilt away to nothing, right? So our metabolism is there to protect us. So when it comes to meal frequency, the best tip I can give you is just eat when you're hungry, all right? So for example, I don't typically eat breakfast because I'm just not a breakfast person. I don't feel hungry in the morning. Eating in the morning kind of makes me feel sluggish, slow. I prefer to wait and eat till early in the afternoon, midday, and finish my meals later at night and actually save most of my calories for later in the day when I'm actually hungry. On average, I recommend most people eat 3, maybe 4 meals a day. It's just a little bit more lifestyle friendly that way. I don't want you constantly thinking about food, having to look at the clock, make sure that it hasn't been too long since your last meal. Spread your meals out a little bit. That's gonna also afford you the opportunity to eat bigger meals. I just had Chipotle, crushed probably about 900 calories in food. I eat roughly 2,500 calories a day. So I have another 1,500 calories to play with now that it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I can wait another 3 or 4 hours and have a nice big dinner with my family. And at the end of the day, as long as my calories are where they need to be, I'm getting enough protein, I'm good, right? Because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. That's the most important factor when it comes to fat loss. Total calories, protein, and then making sure that we're getting enough vital nutrients, micronutrients to support our health and our overall well-being. But when you eat, that's up to you. Eat when you're hungry, schedule your meals around your day, and relax. So tip number 5, this is the last tip. This is gonna help bring everything together because we've talked about calories, we've talked about the importance of getting enough protein, talked about meal frequency and how it's really up to you and your appetite, whatever's gonna work best for your schedule. And now I wanna bring it all together with what I call the power method, all right? So I promised you at the beginning of the video I have something special for you. And this is my secret sauce, if you will. It's really just a way to organize all this because honestly, I know nutrition can be confusing. There's 100 different ways to get ripped. There's 1,000 different ways to schedule your meals. You know, there's keto, paleo, carb cycling. It's all a little bit confusing. I get it. So I created something that is going to help outline all this, make it crystal clear, simple to follow, and easy to stick to over a long period of time. The Power Method looks like this. So you're going to have a few different things that you do throughout your day to make nutrition easy. One of the things is something I just did, which is a power bowl or power salad, whatever you want to call it, where we have a high volume meal where it's very filling. It's got a lot of nutrients, right? I had a bunch of lettuce, vegetables. I had a good source of protein. I had a little bit of, corn just to kind of color up my nutrient intake for the day. And it isn't a ton of calories. Yeah, it was like 900 calories. That's not a lot for me. You could cut it down if you need a little bit less, but it's a power meal right in the middle of your day that satisfies you, right? Doesn't leave you wanting more and craving a bunch of junk. It's enough to kind of fill you up till later in the day. At some point, I'm gonna have what's called a power smoothie. This is just like a quick, easy to drink, high protein shake, right? But you can put some nutrients in there like fruit, spinach, things to make it a little bit more health friendly, right? Then we're gonna finish off the day with what's called a power feast. This is where you might go out with friends, or you might have a sit down dinner with your family, or maybe it's a date night, whatever is on your lifestyle schedule. It's the opportunity to enjoy more food than you might normally would, but not mess up your nutrition plan. We save a good chunk of calories for the power feast because it's satisfying and it's lifestyle friendly. You don't have to stress. You can go out to eat, you can do what you need to do, have a business meeting, go to a dinner with friends and family, or if it's a birthday, you can enjoy a slice of cake and not go over your calories. So I'm gonna give you my entire power system method, and all you're gonna have to do is go to the link that's below, freebook.com, or excuse me, freebook.powermethodbook.com. That's freebook.powermethodbook.com. The link is in the first comment. I'll put it there, so just go grab it for free. It's gonna outline everything, plus a couple bonus power tips that I didn't even mention on the video. So go check that out. And guys, that's it. That is the science-backed nutrition plan, meal plan to get rapid fat loss and also keep your fat loss for life. As always, if you like the video, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell below to get notified every time I release a video, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.